It's Saturday, it's 9 p.m. in Old Blighty, and it must mean then that it's time for another War Room streaming live down to your computer or mobile phone, as we say over here, coming to you in glorious, as always, 720p. Hope you're all doing well. We've got a few already in the chat, and we'll leave it a little while to say hello to everyone while we're waiting.
We're back to StreamYard again, apparently.
Well, StreamYard, yeah, see, this is the thing. Let me explain.
I'm with Jester on this. Jester on this.
I've been fiddling about with the restream, and then it's been something was happening later on in the week, and I forgot to schedule the War Room. And because we were playing with Tony last night, I think it was Christoph said, "What's the subject for tomorrow's War Room?" And I went, "Oh, I haven't put it up." So, rather than faff around, I've put it on StreamYard. I know it those sort of whizzy bangs and it looks all cool and that, but I'll get round to it. Don't worry.
We're back in the dark ages now.
Back in the dark ages. At least I know how the blooming thing works. So that's why don't worry about it. It's just.
You got no logo. You didn't let anyone know what the subject was, and you didn't post any videos. So congratulations, Ruff.
I did post a video. Yeah, obviously you haven't been watching, have you? I posted Thomas's new book. Open the book.
Oh, you did the unbox. I did post a comment on that, actually.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. It was very sarcastic, and I had to delete
it. Yes, it was. It's funny how I can watch your videos, but you don't watch my videos. Yes,
it was a bit rude. So I had to delete it.
I mean, with the amount of videos that you put out, Jester, I mean, it would be difficult to do almost anything else besides watch your videos.
Yes.
I think that's why I lose a lot of subscribers. A lot of people go, "Oh my God, what the hell? I keep getting these messages about this guy screaming. Get out of here.
Oh,
leave me alone."
Anyway, before we discuss what we're going to be talking about, probably if we don't get veered off course. How are you doing, Jester? Because last night you said you were,
I've been under the weather a little bit this week. I've been getting these massive migraine headaches. It's been really bad. It got so bad one night I had to cancel work the next day. It's just been a bad week. I don't know if it's a flu or sickness going around. It kind of feels like the flu or sickness going around. Yeah. But then, I'm fine except for a headache. So I don't know if my brain aneurysm or what's going on. I don't know. It's just been a bad week.
But apart from that, you've still been making some videos. And while you're going to tell us all about that, I'm going to pop up some of the chat so I can see.
Yeah, go ahead, pop up. Yeah, we did. We were obviously scheduled with Cardboard Commander, and we couldn't do it because obviously I wasn't feeling very good at the time. Cardboard Commander had some bad stuff happen in his life. I'm not gonna spoil that information, but we should all give Cardboard Commander our thoughts and prayers. I'll just say that. And real life stuff comes into play every once in a while, and there's nothing you can do about it. So appreciate that. I was in contact with GMT because Cardboard Commander received his wolf pack. He was so excited about it, and he posted a really nice comment thanking us and thanking GMT. So I sent it to Rachel Billingsley and let her know that we appreciate her support for the War Room and everything that she's done. So we want to make sure we give them a big shout out and a big thanks. And I also kind of mentioned to her that if Gene ever wanted to come on the show, we'd love to have him sometime. So that was so we had to push Cardboard Commander back a week. So we're going to be doing Combat Commander next week. And that's I actually played a little Lock and Load. Everyone drink. I'm going to say it a lot of times now.
Cheers, everyone.
It's really good, digitally. I had a great time, and this is one of those games. And I think next week's subjects, since it will be my subject next week, I'm going to talk about games that you haven't played, or games that you
Get it right. Get it right.
I'm getting at it. Games that you replayed and you love so much more than the first time you played it. I think it'll be something like that, because it's been a long time since I played Lock and Load Tactical, and I'm telling you what, it was coming back to me like this, and I was having so much fun. It's a really, really good game. So, Nate, how are you doing? You got a haircut?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's not get hairist about this. All right.
Hey, you know what? I enjoy every second of every day. So, yesterday, no.
Oh, wait, before you start, sorry. Oh. Mike reminded me, I also did play the 29th Fighting Formations as well.
Oh, yes,
with a Nerd Workshop and myself and Mike. And Mike was doing a great job helping me learn the rules. I had reread the rules, but it's like knowing how to play and knowing how to play is a different beast. So we had a great time, me and Mike versus Nerd Workshop, because Mike was helping me out and everything he suggested worked out perfectly for me. And Nerd Workshop was a little frustrated with it.
Yeah, but it's a really different game, isn't it? It
is a very cool game. Very cool game. I'm so glad I got it. If you guys didn't pre-order it, you can go over to GMT. They probably still have a copy. This is one of these games that's going to sell out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people are going to like this game and post videos, and a lot of people are going to scarf all the copies up.
Sure.
I think it's going to be one of these really cool games. I really like it. I think it's really cool. We just were tip of the iceberg. And there's so much strategy going on. I made a dumb move to begin with. I thought Mike was going to have a cow with me. He's like, what are you thinking?
You did a Leroy on him, did you?
Yeah. So I was sick all week, so I completely forgot. Yes, we played the 29th, and I missed out on Cardboard Commander on Thursday. That's the big highlights for me. Now, Nate, you got a haircut. You look great.
Thanks. Tell me something I don't already know.
Yeah.
No, so I think it was the day before yesterday. I finished up playing Stalingrad 42 this week, and that's a great game. I mean, it's not hard rules wise at all.
It's big though, isn't it? It's big.
Sure, it's big, yeah, but it flows really well. It's a kind of an old style I go you go, but yet there is so much nuance in what you can do. There's lots of different things and decisions that you get to make, which make it very, very interesting. So since I finished Stalingrad, I picked up and finally received Traces of Hubris from VUCA.
And let me know what you think when you play that.
This is interesting. Yeah. First off, I just got to say, production wise, this is a great package. Like, cover looks great. The maps look great. The counters look great. Pre-rounded counters as well. So very, very nice. The rule book's excellent. I mean, I think production wise, this is very good. So we'll see how the gameplay is. I would assume it's just as good. Yeah, I mean, Nordic. It's great. It's really, really great.
Let me ask you a question. All right, and if you don't mind me to indulge you with this, because I think this is a question a lot of people have. I have the game, but I've never played it because of the size.
Sure.
But I also haven't played it because it looks like it's a lot of area before Stalingrad, and you don't actually deal with Stalingrad very much.
It's the whole campaign.
It's the Stalingrad campaign, okay?
Right.
So it's all about the push to Stalingrad and then the counter push?
Right. It covers from June to December 1942. June when the Germans begin their Fall Blau, Case Blue campaign, and eventually they get stuck. And historically, they get stuck in Stalingrad, and December November, December is when the Russians counterattack. And that's when Stalingrad really turns into the meat grinder, so to speak, of just men funneling in. And as well, the game, especially if you get the expansion, includes more of, like, for instance, the German, I forgot what it's called, Winter Storm, I think, was the operation to try and relieve the German Sixth Army in Stalingrad. So you get to kind of try to, if you can, get them out.
Change history,
yeah. But the game does go all the way to the Caucasus Mountains as well. So the original objective of the Germans was to take over the Stalingrad, the Don River, and the Volga, and then more or less leave the infantry up on the river to defend, while all of the panzer armies would move south down through the Caucasus, across the steppe to the Caucasus to get to the oil fields. Except the Russians counterattacked, and the Germans left some, like, Axis allies, like the Hungarians and the Romanians and the Italians, on the front line to defend against the Russians, and they just weren't very good, and there weren't many of them, and the Russians just kept pouring people in, and they just smashed through. So it's a great game.
The only reason I haven't played it, I don't know all the history. I know enough, but it just seems to me like it's this huge board, and then Stalingrad's like these two little squares. It's like, right. I'm not really fighting over Stalingrad. I'm really fighting over all this territory.
Right.
You play another game to play the tactical sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's where I'm looking at. When I think of Stalingrad, I think of the meat grinders, as Nate said, the house to house fighting.
Yeah.
More of a lock and load type thing. Oh,
right.
Break up, everyone.
Oh, dear.
Well, that's where
getting drunk.
That's where, like, it fits in with the theme of the whole series, that the whole series is more of the operational level. And so that it fits.
We're talking about Normandy. You're not talking about Utah Beach. You're talking about Normandy. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Right. Yeah. I played most of them, with the exception of, I haven't played Normandy, and I don't have Ukraine 43, but that's on P500 now.
Not yet. Yes. Oh, a question while you're yakking away.
So
I think it's play both sides, basically. I think
it is, but the solitaire suitability on the box, at least, is 9, and that's because it's a chit pull system.
Yes, yeah,
which makes it just kind of similar to the Dark series, like the Dark Valley, the Dark Sands, the Dark Summer. The chit pull really, really helps in the solitaire stuff.
See, we're going to have to dock his pay. Everybody just wants to talk to Dr. Nate now, so it's...
I mean, come on. I mean, there's other people in the show. Hello. Yeah. Come on now. Yeah. Ruff, how about you? How was your week, Ruff?
Yeah, thanks. Hey?
How was your week, Ruff?
Not too bad, bit hectic as always. At the moment, as I speak, the cat, because we've got the heating on my table where I video, there's a radiator behind it, so he's jumped up there and gone, oh, that's nice. So he's asleep on my bloody table. Luckily, there's nothing on it yet. But did Thomas's?
I don't know how you allow that cat up there.
Well, he knows as soon as he jumps up, he looks around and goes, "Am I okay? Is it allowed? Am I allowed?" He does, seriously. But yeah,
okay.
If he jumps up and there's a game on there, then I go, oi, and he just jumps off again. So he's pretty. Bless him, he's pretty good.
Well, like the one time, I don't remember how long ago it was that we're talking, and you were talking, and all of a sudden a cat's tail went across your camera.
Yeah. He's bloody cats. Yeah. Anyway, did Thomas's Game of Drones? Did the unbooking for that, or they opened the book for that? Very interesting looking game. It's weird. I'm getting some sort of vibes. Oh, another great game. Other people going, oh, is it too soon? It's but it's a very involved, not complex, but lot going on. So Thomas was pleased with it, and that's all that matters. So that did that. Played Tony. We did come back to Panzer again with he's in the chat with Camp Sawyer and Robert O as well, because they're the two guys. I think forgive me if somebody else, but they know the game, yeah. So they were helping me out. They were helping Tony out because the infantry is now involved. And my infantry were following the tanks up the road, trying to get to the village or the town to somebody's got to take over it. And of course, as soon as I step out behind the hill, this convoy of trucks, Tony goes, "Oh, wait, stop, wait. I've got Overwatch on." I thought, oh, God, I've got to try it, though, try and get me in the buildings. But he missed, which was quite funny. And then I got my guys, Mike, I detrucked them. I disembarked them, and they got into the buildings, got them water ready. But at the last turn, Tony's come round the hill into the village, and he's come right into the alleyway next to the buildings, next to the alleyway I'm in. So next week there's going to be some close combat. There's going to be some Molotov cocktails coming, and looking forward to that.
The grenades,
grenades and Panzerfausts and bazookas. The Russians have got bazookas, American bazookas. So yes.
Let me ask you a question about, and I love Thomas Van Hare, and I love all of his games. I did a review of his Tally Ho game. But to be honest, I have zero desire to play the drone game. I just think it's way too soon for that.
This is what yes, you're quite right. And I'm making no judgments. It's entirely up to you. I did it looks an interesting game.
It looks really cool and it looks great, but it's just like I have zero desire right now to play it. I don't know.
I would think Thomas would sort of understand that there will be some people like I won't play a game about the Troubles because it's close to home and people got killed and hurt on both sides, sure. And it's just a personal thing, and I can quite understand it. It's nothing to do with it's a good game or not. It's just how people feel.
So I'm actually curious. So is it something where, like, for instance, in a Troubles game, that it's difficult to divide and to remove the emotion from you living through it and seeing it and then seeing it in a game?
Yes, absolutely. It's hard to separate it. And before you even come on the show, I kind of talked about this, about how just because of real life, I wasn't able to really do much wargaming recently because it just takes real life stuff affects me more than it does other people. Obviously, I'm not enthused about it.
I get it because
yes, I understand their cardboard counters, and I don't care if I play the Japanese or the Germans or anything like that. But if it's like something that happened recently, it really does kind of like just not.
But it hit home, and I can understand it. Look at not the grief. I had some. Remember when I started to video Panzer, and that was just when the war started, and the scenario I chose was set in Ukraine, and people going, "Oh, you shouldn't be playing that," and I'm going, "It's 1940 or," but yeah, I got dislikes for that and all that, because it's personal and I understand it.
Yeah,
so I completely understand what's going on. But apart from that, I got a production copy of the new Cold War from VUCA.
Showing off time.
Yeah, no, it's not out in the shops yet, as I say. This is a few of us, I suppose, have got this, and it's from 1989 to 2019. So it follows on from that game I never remember. Allegedly, what's the game?
Twilight Struggle.
Twilight. It's sort of it's not, but even that, they sort of say, it could follow on. It's not really, but it follows on from the timeline from Twilight Struggle.
It looks really interesting.
Yeah, I'd say me and Gareth played it with Eve Rattel, the designer of Red Strike, and another chap that was at PunchCon last year, and it was fun. It was me and Eves. We were I don't know if you call us the goodies, but we were the USA and Europe. And the other side were China and Russia, and it's a bit like Nemesis, or a bit like a sort of semi-cooperative board game. Let's be friends, let's help you along, and then suddenly Eve will go stab me in the back. It's that sort of game as well. So he wants to do a deal with the Chinese over something. So
What's the solitaire rating on that one?
It says it goes down to 1. I'm not sure. There must be some sort of bot in it. I haven't opened it up yet, so I'll have a look at that. I'll get that going. See, again, that's going to delay me doing a bit more of The Skies Above Britain, get out. But I've got to do this because I want to see what's in it, how it looks, because we're playing a sort of prototype copy, so I want to see how it looks in the flesh.
It does have a weird looking map, though. It's
it's
like you're over the North Pole type thing.
It's abstracty looking thing. Yeah. So don't think it's a proper. It's a bit like the other one they moaned about the map being all stretched out. Seas of Thunder, where there was so it's more abstracty sort of thing.
Does it have a mounted map in it?
Yes, of course. It weighs a ton.
Good. I love the box art. Yeah, I do like the box art.
Map. Only 42 counters, but 225 wooden discs.
Oh, that's the control markers.
Yeah, I would think so. And 167 cards. So it is card driven sort of thing,
So it's got blocks, discs.
Discs, these, because you're taking over certain places, you're putting your influence in over certain places. And
it's a Euro game, I got it.
It's a Euro. It's
Well, I think that's actually really good of war games to do that, though, because that tells it subtly communicates that we as the publisher have considered ways to make this a more that we've taken more time and more effort to consider that like these little wooden bits would be better than just another piece of cardboard. And it feels like there's a little extra level of care done. On it.
You can see some here, you've got lots with the peeps on them. And
that's like one of my friends, we play Axes and Allies probably once a year. And he went and bought, instead of the little control markers that comes with the game, he went and bought all of their little wooden discs, kind of like that, for all of the different nations, and it makes playing the game a heck of a lot nicer. It makes the experience better.
Yeah, interesting comments about Game of Drones and this game. So check the chat. Because it's
check out the chat. We're not going to post some of these comments. Everyone has their own thoughts and opinions, and that's great. We support everyone.
Well,
remember, everyone doesn't feel the same way I do, which is fine. You don't have to feel the same way I do.
Yeah, so just enjoy and chat.
And I don't have to feel the same way as you, and you don't have to feel the same way as me, and we can all be friends.
You mentioned about Gene, yeah?
Yeah. Yes, I mentioned about Gene, and we would love to have Gene on the show. And I think, building a relationship with GMT for years and years. And we've had Mark Walker on, we've had David Heath, we've had the VUCA Sim guys on, we've had Wharf Rat guys. So we'd love to get Gene on sometime and just see, talk to him about GMT. We do talk about a lot of GMT stuff. So, it's all good. Mostly, I would say, mostly good stuff. I don't ever really,
Well, you were the man that single-handedly brought back the Plazzy bags.
Yeah, that's true. I am the one that brought back the bag gate of 2020?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Bag gate.
Because
I had a gal when I opened my GMT box and there wasn't a bag in it. I'm like, what in the hell? There's no bags? Are you kidding me? They can't afford bags anymore?
I do not remember this. What game was it?
Oh, crikey. Go back and have a look. Rants aplenty. But I think he had the world on his side because we might not use.
Might have been one of the Plantagen, maybe the first Plantagen game that came out.
Plantation, cotton, no.
Might have been. I'm not 100% sure what it was, but yeah, it was just.
Oh, here we are.
Baggy Gate.
Hope you're doing well, my friend. Blast pop.
All right. Now I don't have any problem playing like Labyrinth or Twilight Struggle because I think for me that's 10, 20 years ago. Like me and my wife are celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary this year. 25 years we've been married. It's like I don't even remember like when we first started dating. I don't even that's like a different me. It's like I don't even personally
that
know.
out loud in front of her. Don't from personal experience. All right,
Oh,
don't.
okay, all right.
Word to the wise there. Word to the wise.
Now I'm tempted to keep. Yeah, I'm tempted to keep talking about it now.
That's not very ladylike, Mrs. R. Not very ladylike. Anyway, shall I tell my news about what might be happening? All being well, fingers crossed, about a guest that might be coming on quickly. Last week's show was on Jester's channel, and I always upload it to my channel just so it's out there. And I had a comment that said, "I think we need to talk about the choice of games." ... And I took it as a sort of tongue-in-cheek thing, and I looked who sent it, and it was a certain Mr. Mark Herman. So I replied and said, "Hi, Mark, you're probably right, but while I've got you here, you fancy coming on the show?" And he replied, he emailed me back and said, yeah, great. Love to be on the show. So in the future, we're going to have the Stevie Ray Vaughan of game design, Mr. Mark Herman, on the show. So
did you get that authorized through Art Wolf? Because I think he's got a direct line to Mark Herman.
I don't know. I don't care.
When Art Wolf finds out we got him on the show, he's gonna be very upset with us.
No, he's not. I mean, he's on the show. I know they're pallying that, but no, it'd be great to get Mark on the show. You know, a legend in our hobby. And what we want to do is try and make it a little bit different. We'll have a chat with Mark and see how we want to work it. But that's that will be happening.
I mean, with Mark, maybe we're just trying to expand out, give you guys more people to complain about.
Yeah, there we go. See, there we go. They get what I'm talking about here.
President Bozek's comment. He just finished. Yeah, I did not know this. That's pretty cool. I'll have to go check that out.
Oh, right.
Long time. I forgot how long ago it was. I recommended this book because I got it. It's like a history book, but it's Star Wars.
They're all doing it now. Look. Yeah. Anyway.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
That'd be cool to talk to him. I mean, especially since he's a historian and I'm a historian, so I'd love to get his take on how he translates history into his games. So.
Yeah. So there's lots of we want to try to come round sort of. And ask him things that maybe he hasn't been asked, if not ever, but for a while, that because most people sort of ask him a certain amount of questions. I want to get to know the man because I know he's a chess fanatic as well. Mm-hmm. So, he's quite good at that. So things like that. And what he did, and any dirt that we can dish up, that would be fun. No, I'm joking, Mark.
We'll find plenty of dirt on him, I'm sure.
Yes.
But they're looking forward to that, and I'll be going, I'm not worthy. I know.
But, we'll start just talking nonsense because it's Mark Herman in the, sitting there, and we're going, Mark, yeah. So looking forward.
Okay, so I'm going to cut this show down right to that clip and keep.
Yeah, thanks, and use it against me. Yes, I know you will. Yeah.
Oh man,
just looking at the chat here, just checking.
So I have done. I did earlier.
Get out of here, Sean.
So I got since this is coming, it's on pre-order right now. Decision Games did a while ago last year. They started releasing in World at War magazine. These campaigns in Europe, and they took the 4 central maps of the old war in Europe from SPI, and since they have the rights to it, and they redid them, they upgraded them, and then they put them in this new system called Campaigns in Europe, and there were 4 games: Drive on Leningrad, Case Blue, the Italian campaign, and D-Day to the Rhine. And now they're doing is releasing. It's on pre-order right now. I guess it's releasing sometime in March. A Campaigns in Europe expansion, which adds an additional 17 scenarios.
Good grief.
On top of the 4 that are in each of these games, all together, and as well as counter sheets and player aids and things like that. Or if you want, you could buy the whole thing in one go. And I've only got this. So I was glad that I finished Stalingrad 42 when I did, because I'm moving on to this to play it, to see if I like it enough, then I might jump for the whole thing.
Get the lot, yeah.
Yeah, because the idea was, if I guess at least it was mentioned that if it does well, that they might do another expansion. So that might mean adding like the North Africa
maps over here.
Yeah, it's very it can be, yeah. You know. But like, for instance, this was all together, all 4 of them. That's the 4 maps that are together. So think about it, it'd be kind of cool to be able to play out basically any scenario that you want in World War II in this little system here.
Who's designing that? Who's designed
this
it?
This one is
are there different designers for each bit, or is it the same?
I think it's Joseph Miranda. Yeah, Joe Miranda. Yep. So
cool.
Anyway,
cool. Yeah.
I just wanted to let people know.
Well, you were babbling the whole time that people are trying to come up with a nickname for you.
And I see your choice that you put in.
Yeah,
there.
That's nice. That's nice and friendly, Jester. Yeah.
I take it with love.
Yeah. From your Stenny.
I should have put doctor, because you're not a doctor yet. I could just put Professor Big Mouth.
No, I'm PhD, all but dissertation, ABD.
Yeah, and you can't become a professor until you get at least a PhD anyway and get appointed. You know, there's
right
over here anyway. So.
Right. But I should have chapter 1 finished by Sunday.
What's the subject for today, Rob? I don't know if we covered that.
What?
What's our subject today?
Right, now we've calmed down and got all the news out of the way. Our subject is solitaire games, and I mean solitaire, not games we can play solo by playing both sides, or they bolted on a sort of solo.
You're talking about boxes that say player count 1.
Yes, solitaire.
Only 1, not these ones that go 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 3, 4. We're 1. One and only 1.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, 1. So, but we had this discussion. I mean, I think Nerdy on last night, because I was telling people what the subject was, and he said, no, I prefer face-to-face. That's great. I love the face-to-face I do with you guys and Tony and all that, because it's a completely different experience. But I love my solitaire games, and Jester does too. And Nate is coming over to the dark side slowly but surely. So solitaire
Nate said when he joined, he doesn't play solitaire games at all.
What's a solitaire game? I don't know what those are.
Up. You've shown a few of them from a certain person, from a certain company. So, yeah, we're looking at those because they have a place and I love them. It gets the narrative going. So we're going to be looking at different topics, different eras, like ancients and Now, I said pre-20th century because there isn't a lot of stuff, even in World War One. World War II, you're spoilt for choice. Why is that? It can't be that it's just popular. Must be a reason, because lots of people love Napoleonics. Is it because of the sort of mechanics, or it's because of the makeup of the troops? It's harder to do a solitaire game. Anyway, that's for later. So get your thinking caps on, because I want to hear your suggestions for each of the sort of categories, if you like.
I love all the names that people are coming up with. DJ Fluppies is great.
See, they do that. I look away and they go, quick, let's put tight, so he misses it. Yeah, get out of here, horrible.
Baby Doc, I like that one. That's a good one.
I'll get him up in a minute.
DJ, come on.
We've had that one from Charles.
You realize today, boys, is the end of an era? Today is the end of an era. Do we know what era comes to a close today?
What? I'm looking at the chat.
500 board games of all time.
Yeah.
Comes to a close today.
Mater.
Wow.
Don't rub it in that he's very young. All right.
Extra Squeaky is correct, though. It is actually next week will be my 1 year.
Oh, we'll have to get a cake or something.
Wow.
Yeah. This
Just
that's the one. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I like that one.
When we first met him, he was just like you, a little baby in the wings, just trying to find his way, and I had to steer him just like you down the right path.
Yep.
Without our guidance, Ruff, where would he be without us?
He wouldn't be as well known, would he? Wouldn't be loved and revered as much if
people would be like Nate who?
If you believe
without
that,
us, he would be a nothing.
If you believe that, another gravy thing coming up. If you can believe that, you can fold gravy. But
a year ago, in fact, I think it was a year ago this week. This week, a year ago, when I had my little incident with Rabdo, and we actually, friends of mine, we christened that day now as Rabdo Remembrance Day. And it's when I emailed you guys when I'm laying there, I have dead
in the hospital bed.
I've seen the picture. It didn't look nice. It looked like, oh, don't go near him. Your cat
in his little ground does not look with his butt cheeks hanging out.
Zombie films, yeah, he looked like he was being made up for one of those zombie.
That's
films.
right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I emailed you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny.
That's a bit too clever, Mike.
Oh
no! Oh no! Oh, does he deserve that? Yeah, we can't get rid of him.
Wings. That's actually not a bad. That's not bad, actually. My call sign could be Books.
Yeah,
that's actually not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That sounds like a sort of military thing. They give Nate Books.
Yeah, I think we voted. It's done. That's it.
Yeah, Nate Books Landrum. Yeah.
Nate Books Landrum. Yeah, right. I like it. That's a good one. Yeah.
There we go. So we take a vote. All those in favor, all those opposed, except the devil. It's been carried.
It's been carried. Yeah, the eyes have it. The eyes have it, as we say over here. So yeah.
So let me ask you guys: did you find anything outside of World War I and World War II that has Solitaire? Yeah.
I've got plenty of.
Yeah, not yet. Okay,
I know. I just was wondering if you found some. That's all.
I won, I think, World War One, but that I own. I could. There must be more, but it's what I own as well. So I wasn't going to go around tippy tapping on the old Tinternet. It's what I got. So, which makes it a bit more sort of personal. But yeah,
and there is one for Napoleon.
Mm-hmm. Yes, which is in my little pile over here.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to bring it up.
Not quite a war game, but it's set in that period, so it's good enough for me.
Oh, I know. I think I know what it is.
You should. You talk about it all the time.
Yeah. You have played it, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
There you go, then. There you go. So we'll talk about
that. What do you think of Panzer with the infantry, Ruff? I never got I asked you guys yesterday in the chat, but
we did a little bit.
Grab some.
Because he was attacking the trucks with the infantry in, it uses a completely different system, a different chart to what you do with the tank-on-tank stuff. Now, with tank-on-tank stuff and with most of the rules, you have a percentage that you have to throw under. So the higher the percentage you get, the better chance you get of going under it. But with infantry and with what they call general purpose fire, because you're not using anti-tank sort of shells, you're using general purpose, high explosive or such. You use a different system, a different table, but you have to throw above it. So it is a bit confusing. And I know Tony was telling me Mitch Land, from Next War, He goes, no, that's not right. No, it should be the same.
I cannot stand that when games do that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's good when you roll low, but then you want to do this, you want to roll high. It's the one thing that I don't like about the lock and load tactical system is because you're rolling against your opponents. You want to roll high, and then when they're trying to damage you, you want to roll low because you're going against your morale check. It drives me crazy. Like, am I supposed to go high or am I supposed to roll low? I'm going to roll, and I roll 2 6s, and you're like, yes, and you're like, no, that's not what I want.
Yeah, I get it, but it is what it is, and it is still. And me and Tony, we have fallen in love with this system. And
mine's for sale. If anyone is
I know
interested,
you even tried to sell it when we were playing last night. So
I'm still trying to find somebody to buy it. I got the whole set.
Crazy.
Well, you know, there is something that I'd buy from you.
Panzer, the whole series.
No, I'm not interested in Panzer.
What? Wash your mouth out, young man. But
how do you know? Have you tried it?
Camp Sawyer is playing North Africa. If you're not into tactical tank blowing each other up, but Camp Sawyer's doing North Africa. I'm hoping Tony will get it as well, so we can do a bit of that. We're really getting into it. You know, this learn how to play it and then learn how to play the game. So sort of deep dive into the game. So yes, we'll find out what happens when tank meets man next week, hopefully. But yeah. I mean, this is You normally think low is bad, high is good. Yeah, when you play game, they're all coming up there.
Mike's comment is actually pretty apropos because how many times you play and then you roll high and you go, oh shit, I'm supposed to roll low, and then you get all bent out of shape.
Yeah.
And if you roll high the next time, then it's good. So yeah, I guess.
But at least it only applies just to sort of GP firing. Yeah, there must be a reason for it. I don't think it's lazy. There must be a reason why Mr. Day picked that way of doing it. But it's just general purpose fire. What they call general purpose fire.
I'm actually of the opinion, and I agree with Dragon X here. I do think there are too many games that use dice as a resolution. That if there is so much happening in the game that is driven by what you roll on, then it's difficult, I think, sometimes to have a coherent strategy. And it's not so much. Yeah. It's not so much necessarily two minds going at it. It's more of whoever can roll better always.
Well, there's for me, I love the die rolls because it gives that sort of randomness that anything can happen. You've got two minds with their tactics. Yes, I'm going to attack here. And the other person's thinking, well, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And then chaos.
You wouldn't think about like Combat Commander that uses dice but on cards. Is that any different?
I mean,
it's the randomness, isn't it?
Is it the dice or is it just the randomness of the dice?
No, I think it depends on, and again, I'll mention Dragon X puts it on here that he wants agency, not just to roll dice and see. And that's kind of the thing is it depends on the amount of dice rolling and randomization that there is. And that I feel as a player, I want to have as much agency in what I do in a game as much as possible, as opposed to up to the wind and whatever. I mean, that's true. I mean, that's sure.
I get what you're saying, but I think you've got to have that. I mean, there are dice chuckers, and I love my dice chuckers. I mean, things like Nations at War is basically a dice chucker. Sure. I throw more dice than you, or I'm throwing more dice here. I've got a better chance of hitting you. And it's great for that. It's a great dice chucking game. But then things like Narc Paris uses dice in a clever way with the combat system and uses a D20, isn't it, if I remember rightly as well?
Right.
Weird dice in it. So, and even Thomas in his Game of Drones uses D36s, D20s, so there's that. It opens up a better sort of variation. But yes.
So, like, an example would be, I won't give like a specific
but
game.
of course, Camp's got it. solitaire games, there's a lot of dice rolling
There is.
because that's part of the mechanics. You've got to have
It is.
tables, you've got to have dice rolling.
Right. And
So,
that's
yeah.
something that you have to enter into the game and just accept it the way it is. But like an example would be that I would think I'll play it, but I may not necessarily love it. Where, for instance, if I have to roll a dice to see, can I go? Okay. Now I have to pick who I want to go, and I have to roll a die to see whether or not he can activate. Okay, he activates. Now I have to roll a die to see how far he can move. And
no, I don't know. That's getting a bit silly. That's getting a bit silly. Yeah,
it is. But some games have at least, and I'm taking it to an extreme, but some games have something like that, and it gets a little repetitive and kind of, I don't know, boring, I guess. Oh, I have to roll another die. Oh, roll another die. Roll another die. And it doesn't seem like that there's any sort of, it's not determining anything that's necessarily important. It's just, oh, well, okay, I roll another die.
Yeah, and it can get, and that's why, some people don't like solitaire games. I get it completely. I love them both because my eyes have been opened. Started off as a solitaire player, loving the solitaire, and then suddenly I'm playing with people across thousands of miles and playing people face to face that I meet at our convention, and it's a completely different, wondrous experience. I'm lucky. I love both. Some people don't like one. Some people don't like the other. I love both. They have a place in my heart. But yes, solitaires, they do create the narrative, and it is lots of looking up on charts normally and die rolling. What's your thoughts on? This could be another subject, couldn't it?
I mean,
what's your thoughts on dice in games?
I mean, it's strange, and maybe it's just because I don't know. I'm a strange person in that some games I don't mind the dice roll, like Atlantic Chase. I don't mind it. There's a lot of dice rolling in Atlantic Chase. I don't mind it. There's a lot of dice checks in, say, Wolfpack. I don't mind that either. I feel that it fits.
Even though that's on a card, but it's the same sort of thing, isn't it? It's a bit like,
right. But I feel that fits. It fits what's going on. It seems to make sense. So maybe it's just, some games it feels like it just hits just right, and other games it's too much.
And there are some great solitaire games, what David quite rightly says, where there's lots of decisions, lots of things you have to do to play the game. And
this discussion.
Sorry,
we've had this discussion several times because we've talked about Avalanche Press and Panzer Grenadier, and the Panzer Grenadier system is all about low percentage chance to do something. You're just supposed to wear down your opponents shot after shot after shot after shot, and then I got lucky, I got a good one. Oh, good, yay! And wearing your opponent down before you go and assault, and you're spending 50, 60 turns on a scenario, rolling to hopefully get the upper hand on your opponent.
Get that bell curve flattened out a bit, so it's the majority of throws when you first start off, they're not going to come anywhere near. But the thing with that is it's low and high, isn't it, in Panzer Grenadier? If you throw really low, that's good. If you throw really high, it's good. The majority, though, is in the middle and you don't hit it. So you have to get in to get that percentage to sort of flatten out that curve a bit better. So you can, But a great system. You can't say anything bad about Panzer Grenadier to me. I'm sorry.
But
you're quite right.
I see. I would have to disagree with what Nate said earlier because I find it to be like if I have, let's say we have a river with a bridge. Okay. You have a platoon on your side protecting your side. I have 3 platoons on my side. My job is to cross the bridge.
Okay.
Right. What is the outcome of this? You don't know. You couldn't tell me what the outcome is going to be.
Sure.
So I see. I mean, I could see you saying, "Okay, we defend, and we're successful on our side." Okay, I can see that as a reasonable result. Right?
Hold everything. Hold my beer.
Uh-oh. You might be getting banned here shortly, Mike. You might be getting banned.
He's got the little wrench on his thing, so
We can take that away. Do you remember the rifleman with what's his name, where he walked up, took his epaulets off, and broke his sword? Yes, and they all turned their back on them.
Back to my discussion now.
Sorry.
I can also see my 3 platoons taking over the bridge, and right. So I mean, I think when we're rolling the dice, it's because of a situation we don't know the answer to.
I know. Sorry, I know. I just wanted to mention.
Sure.
Sorry.
So in your situation, dice would be used to determine that random encounter.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds reasonable to me. It just depends on, like, for instance, if you had, say, okay, roll to see if the guys can get close to the bridge. Okay. Now roll to see whether or not the guys get that they get seen on the other side from the other guys on the other side of the bridge. Okay. Roll to see if they are able to crouch down quick enough. Roll to see if they can do this and do that.
You just described ASL there.
Correct. Exactly. So I don't want to throw shade at people. Like, if people enjoy it, that's fine. Hey, it's your hobby. You can do whatever you want.
So what about random events? I love random events.
I do love those.
People can't stand them. Where did that come from? A seagull hit me in the head, so I missed my shot. You know, where did that come from? I love random events. I know Herman loves random events. They make it for me. Again, some people don't because it's a die roll again. You know, it's
it does come down, and I'll
it can mess up the flow of the game.
I'll agree with Dragon X in here in that it depends on how much, and he puts on here, rolling a die with no mitigation isn't fun. And I would agree, generally speaking, with that if there's nothing that I can do as a player to mitigate whatever the dice roll that's coming up, then I feel that I'm not really in control. So that's where, like, for instance, in Mr. President, where when you're doing a lot of dice rolling in Mr. President, but you have a lot of agency to create the situation.
See, that's where I disagree with you, because I play Normandy 44, and there's very few dice manipulations in there at all. What you're manipulating is putting your units in the position to alter which column you're rolling on.
Right. I think that's perfectly acceptable, because you get to determine how you have agency in determining how that die roll may or may not go.
But there are some games, and some of them are very, very popular, where you get on a ride and the game takes you on that ride without you having much influence. Things like the Hunters and that. Is the dice and the tables controlling the game? There's nothing you can do. You're rolling the dice, but it's very, very, very popular. And when you're in the mood, you get on that ride, and you just throw the dice and travel down that journey and that story.
So give me an example of dice mitigation that you don't have control over, because I'm missing out what you're saying. Like, give me an example of what dice mitigation, like a real life example.
Like a game where you really don't have control over.
Joking, Jerry.
Like a game where you don't have control over what your dice roll is going to be.
Like the Hunters. You don't have control. You look up the result of the die roll. You don't have many decisions. I think what mitigation means, decisions.
Yeah.
You don't have many decisions to make.
So, like, do I get to have...
Sure, you absolutely... This is, again, I don't mean to be the bad guy here.
But
when you roll random, you roll to find out what whatever you're encountering on the space.
Yeah.
You can choose to ignore it or not go after it. It's up to you. You have complete control over that.
Yeah, I would agree.
You don't have control over what ship is there, but you don't have that control in real life. You get whatever ship is there in real life.
Well, sure. That's true. I mean,
so why are we having a problem with the Hunters then? Because you make decisions whether or not
it is Marmite, Jester. We love it. But some people go, no, it's not for me. I'm on that journey. I can't do anything about it. Once I'm on that ride, I can't get off. I can't change it. I can't do anything. And I understand that. But I love those games when I'm in the mood. Get the charts out, get the dice out, and see what this story is going to tell us. That's what it is. And it's not for everyone. And I appreciate that.
It's kind of like where, another example would be, there's a game, I forgot who it came out from, but it's a game on the Spanish Armada, and I think it's just called the Spanish Armada or something like that. And basically, the way that the game works is there's a strategic track that the Armada is moving across the channel up towards Kent. And then there's a strategic board where it has all the ships laid out. And on each track of that, the channel, you get to send out your English fleet to go out and attack and raid the Spanish. And that's the whole game. Then you get all the way, when the Spanish Armada gets all the way to the last point of the track at Kent, it comes down to one die roll to see whether or not the Spanish are able to land in England or not. And my understanding is there's very little, if any, die roll modifiers that you can actually get throughout the whole process of the game to see whether or not you actually win or lose. So it kind of comes down to, you play the whole thing, there's one die roll, and you win or lose.
Yeah, but isn't that like real life? Like the chance, like I see what you're saying, and I can put it towards target for today, because that's what we're talking about, right? Mm-hmm. Target today, I'm taking my bomber out and I'm trying to get to the target location. And when I get to the target location, I roll one dice and I determine how successful we are in the mission. And if I roll really crappy, then we had a really bad mission. But that's right. If you talk about real life, that's what really happened. Like they missed the target like 80% of the time.
But that's where there's a sort of
I was just going to say, you might only get 3 missions in target for today, and you're shot down. That's what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And just mentioning, sorry, David saying, I mean, a great example of that is Herman's game. He's a great fan of Push Your Luck.
Yep.
So you push your luck, you roll the dice, and don't be surprised if, woof, that rug gets pulled out under you. But you might be lucky.
Right.
You get forward again.
And that's where I'll say, like, for instance, sure, some of these things may be simulating real life, but I don't, when I come to a war game, I want it to be a game. I want it to be something that I can, it's entertaining, it's fun. Sometimes life is boring, and I don't want to simulate boring life. And
can I just interrupt quickly, and then I'll shut up, because this is the only weekly vlog where you get 2 subjects discussed.
That's right.
But yeah, anyway, we're coming up to the hour. We're going to get through better get through our stuff. But yeah, fantastic. It's so we got 80. Add up to about 90 people a minute ago watching us. Good grief!
Jeez, what is going on?
What's going on? So
people are blowing up. I think they heard about all the great gifts we gave away this year.
Yeah,
and they're going crazy.
Don't apologize. I love the topic.
Yeah, no.
And I'm not trying to argue with you. I see your point, but I also see the other side of the coin. And why people were
about having different opinions, backwards and forwards. Nobody wins. It's just opinions. It's fantastic. I love it. And I'm sitting there thinking,
yeah. And Mike's absolutely right. I mean, I can't. Yeah, my hat's off to you to really thread that needle. I mean, that is a hard job.
I couldn't do it. No.
Yeah, my hat's off to you to do that, especially in Wolfpack.
Don't you start, Paul. Yeah, we're going to get on it just quickly, then we can talk about quick. Let's do it quick.
Okay.
I'll do mine. Shut up. I'll do mine. Get mine out of the way. 15th of Feb. History today. Yes. Actually, not much ancient history. There's lots of. There was one guy running down the street trying to give a crown to Julius Caesar. Mark Antony running down the street.
But
that happened today as well. 1862, American Civil War. Confederates, commanded by Brigadier General John B. Floyd, attack General Ulysses S. Grant's Union forces besieging Fort Donelson in Tennessee. Unable to break the fort's encirclement, the Confederates surrender the following day. And then we've got 1898, the battleship. This is quite interesting. The battleship USS Maine explodes and sinks in Havana Harbor in Cuba, killing about 274 of the ship's roughly 354 crew. the disaster pushes the United States to declare war on Spain.
Remember the Maine.
Yes. And the Spanish-American War, which started in April 21st and went on to December the 10th of that year, was fought between Spain and the United States. It began with the sinking of this USS Maine in Havana Harbor. Was it sunk by that? Was it just an excuse? Who knows? And resulted in the US acquiring sovereignty over Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines, and establishing a protectorate over Cuba. Sounds a bit like us. The Spanish-American War.
We gave it back, though.
Yeah, no, yeah. In fact, like we eventually, yeah. The Spanish-American War brought an end to almost 4 centuries of Spanish presence in the Americas, Asia, and the Pacific. The United States, meanwhile, not only became a major world power, I think due to this war, but also gained several island possessions spanning the globe, which provoked rancorous debate over the wisdom of expansionism. Yes, sounds like us, doesn't it? Anyway, whiz forward to 1942, World War II, the fall of Singapore. Following an assault by Japanese forces, the British General Arthur Percival surrendered. About 80,000 Indian, United Kingdom, and Australian soldiers become prisoner of war. It was the largest surrender of British-led military personnel in history. Not our greatest day. And 1944, World War II, of course, the assault on Monte Cassino in Italy begins. Now, this is, again, very interesting. Monte Cassino, a historic hilltop abbey founded in 529, dominated the nearby town of Cassino and the entrances to the Liral and Rapido valleys. Lying in a protected historic zone, it had been left unoccupied by the Germans. They didn't want to destroy it because of its history, although they manned some positions set into the slopes below the abbey walls. Repeated artillery attacks on assaulting Allied troops caused their leaders to incorrectly conclude that the abbey was being used by the Germans as an observation post at the very least. Fears escalated along with casualties, and despite evidence, it was marked for destruction. On the 15th of February, today, 1944, Allied bombers dropped 1,400 tons of high explosives, causing widespread damage. Fallschirmjäger forces occupied the area and established defensive positions amid the ruins. And between January 17th and May 18th, Monte Cassino and the Gustav Line defenses were attacked on 4 occasions by Allied troops. On the 16th of May, soldiers from the Polish Second Corps launched one of the final assaults on the German defensive positions as part of a 20-division assault along a 32-kilometer front. On the 18th of May, the Polish flag and the British flag was raised over the ruins. Following this Allied victory, the German Senger Line collapsed on the 25th of May, and the German defenders were driven from their positions. The capture of Monte Cassino resulted in 55,000 Allied casualties, with German losses estimated around 20,000 killed and wounded. The battle has been described as a Pyrrhic victory, which means they say it's a victory, but it wasn't really because of the loss of lives for the attackers. So, and that's, I think, Panzer Grenadier has a box set of the Casino.
Very expensive game.
It is a very expensive, and Tony's got it, the Rotter.
I had it at 1.2, and I got rid of it.
Yeah. 1944, nearly finished. World War II, the Narva offensive begins. That's in Estonia. That began today. And 1945, World War II, the 3rd day of bombing in Dresden. Now, they all go, oh, no. But the Americans were involved as well with bombing it. Not so many planes, but they were involved in bombing it. So, yeah. And 1970, the RAF Air Chief Marshal Sir Hugh Dowding, Commander-in-Chief during the Battle of Britain, died this day, aged 87. God bless him. And 1989, the Soviet-Afghan War, the Soviet Union officially announces that all its troops have left Afghanistan. That's today, 15th of February.
Interesting.
It is interesting. Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, I'll do mine real quick. Mine is I showed this a long time ago. I thought I'd show it again.
Oh, it looks familiar. Yes.
We're going through repeats now. Oh,
well, no, not repeats, but I thought this is
you run out of books. You run out of books, Doctor.
That's right.
we run out of good ones.
I don't have very many books, so yeah, this is a great book. Grand Strategy of the Byzantine Empire. It's good size, so you got a lot of content, a lot of stuff to sink your teeth into. But great book for looking at how is it that the Byzantine or Eastern Roman Empire survived for about 1,000 years, even though a lot of their neighbors were much stronger militarily than the Byzantines, and yet the Byzantines were able to use statecraft, diplomacy, as well as some military campaigns to really survive. And this is actually will be part of the subject in the upcoming Seljuk game for Levian campaign from GMT. About the Battle of Manzikert in 1071, when the Emperor Romanus lost the battle. But this is a great book, and so yeah, that's mine.
That's cool. That's cool. Oh, I just want to put this up quickly about what I was talking about the casino. And Thomas says, "Can you imagine 20 divisions? Just wow, yeah, along that big line." But being from that part of the world, it's still widely celebrated. Being a Pole himself, so God bless them. That's all I can say. The Poles, they're mad, and we loved them on the ground. We loved them in the air. They were bonkers, but thank goodness. God bless them. Yeah, God bless them. Right, good one.
Jester.
Before I start, I would like to say a moment of prayer. Take a moment to say this is the last of the 500. Remember when I started this many weeks ago? And I said, I'll count down 500 and I'll do 10 every week. And Ruff was like, that'll keep him shut up for years at a time. Well, that's what. The years are firmly up, people. This is This is the top 10. So you guys have seen this every week. We talked about the games. Give me a game that we haven't covered that would be in the top 10.
Flip. Have we had Twilight Struggle? We had that, haven't we?
We have not had Twilight Struggle, no.
I reckon that's in the top 10.
Triumph and Tragedy.
That's a massive, that's a complex. Good grief.
Yeah, we can all probably think of one. Is I guess what I'm trying to say is you probably have, if you're into wargaming, you probably could name a game in the top 10 because they should be the best of the best, right? So I'm going to share my screen. Hold
on, we're just getting all this now. Let me just show. Here we're final 10, and then get out of here.
Back to Jester's Jeopardy next week.
Heaven forbid. Sorry, here we go. Right.
All right. So I thought as Ruff was talking about this, I brought this up because you can actually see the destruction.
It's terrible. It's the Germans left it alone.
Look at this. I mean, like, wow. Yeah. Like, this is just the amount when they dropped these bombs, man, they went to destroy this place.
But they're saying the Germans left it alone. Because it was historically, we're not going to touch it. We're not going to bomb, like they said with Paris. We're not going to bomb Paris. It says, no, unless you give us grief. But
well, I mean, the Germans had intended, Hitler had ordered the destruction of Paris, but the local German commander refused.
Yeah, he said, no, come on, give him a chance, and they didn't. They did what they did. But yeah, this was unnecessary by the Allies.
Sure.
It was.
It made them look really bad. We'll say that.
Yeah.
All right, on to the top 10 of all time. Number 10, Combat Commander.
Oh, boy.
Thank goodness for that. Otherwise, we would never have heard the last of it.
Wow. It's a beauty of a game. I love it. And I was supposed to play it this week with Cardboard Commander. Next week, my friends, I'm in the Combat Commander League now. I have to play every month. I have to play a game. So we're probably going to hear a lot about Cardboard Commander. great game. Nate, you should play it with me sometime.
I have got it on P500 ordered. I know it's not, you can't solo it very well, loses a lot of its subtlety when you solo it, but I want to get it so I can play with idiots like you and Combat Commander, you know, and wipe the floor with you once I get the old gist of it.
Okay, well,
I'm joking. I'm getting it. No, I'm getting it so I can play it with you guys, so I can get it, you know. But
I think you should get it because it's a classic game, top 10 game of all time. Even if you have no desire to play it, you should get it because
I
it's
want
a
to play
great
it. I want
game.
to play it face to face.
Number 9,
I'm gonna
Triumph and Tragedy.
Oh, it is there. Blimey.
European Balance of Power, 1936, 1945.
It's a BB.
Hello. No, not hi.
Great convention game, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a complexy. Yeah, lots of stuff in that one. Not
There's
very
blocks. You guys probably never heard of this game because there's blocks in it.
Yeah, but they're chunky counters. That's how I look at it. You know,
That's true. That's true. Just like Command and Colors. Number 8, Empire of the Sun.
I do not have this, and I probably should.
you should, and I've not played it yet.
I got it.
That you can play solo. Here it is. Empire of the Sun. I've got it. Just see the bottom of it there.
Yeah, it's got the its own. I think it's called Erasmus. Is the bot?
Yeah. It's a great game, and one of these games that I keep swearing one of these days I'm actually going to
hold on. Gareth always brings Combat Commander to punch. You didn't mention it last time, Gareth. Maybe we'll have a go with that. Maybe we'll have a go with it this year.
Great looking game. Supposed to play great.
Mm-hmm.
It's made by a little designer you might have heard of.
Right.
Who hopefully is coming on the show soon.
Number 7. And I think
that was
I think Dragon Con mentioned this one.
Somebody mentioned it.
Sakigahara.
Yes.
Sakigahara. I actually own this, and this is another one of these games I want to get to the table. And even though it plays 2, I think it plays. It's got the coolest looking pieces in any war game there, with these little Japanese symbols on the side.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really cool, but again, not solo friendly. So unless somebody teaches me at PunchCon or whatever, I'll never.
I know Mike Butterjelly keeps swearing that he was going to teach me this game some point.
You can see the bar there. There's a watch it played instructional video. It'll teach you how to play it. So,
yeah, I'll wait to be taught. I think, if somebody says, "Yeah, Ralph, let's have a game of this."
Okay,
okay.
Do it your way.
Number 6, Here I Stand, 500th anniversary edition.
Yeah, that is so popular, that game at conventions. Anyway, I mean, there was half a dozen people playing it.
People love this game. Even at Buckeye Game Fest, there was several copies of this going on.
Weird, isn't it? Weird. Must be a great game. Again, I'd have to be taught. I'm not going to own it,
Yeah. Number 5, Imperial Struggle. Now, this one is a big surprise for me. I did not think this would be that high.
It's a
great game, but it's just. It seems like it's a lot of work, and a lot of people wouldn't have it because I don't think it's that talked about. We have never talked about this game in the 5 years we've done this show.
Revolutionary War one, isn't it?
It's no, it is basically the second 100 Years War.
Oh, the second 100, right? Okay, that's probably why.
But it's a little twist on. I mean, it's from the same people as Twilight Struggle, and they innovated, and I think this is the better of the two.
Nate, you are so close to being off. I mean,
what's he done now?
I had an unpopular opinion.
Oh, well, we're not allowed those.
No.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
I'm just saying it's probably going to be kicked off if he's making a lot of people mad. We're going to, Ruff, we're going to get a lot of email this week about it's time to let Nate go. It's time to let Nate go.
Well, I mean, I mean, I don't know about you, but I wrote that.
Somebody had mentioned that. I found that funny. They were saying about Rodney, the guy that does the thing. But yeah, if you've watched Fools and Horses, Rodney is a plonker. So yeah, good one.
Number 4, Green Day in Omaha.
Weird. You should say that.
Really?
Yeah.
It plays best one.
But it's solo.
According to this, it's 1 or 2 players.
Well, it's one of those you can sort of.
It's one of those where you say, "Oh, we're going to play together. You take these guys, and I take these guys."
Part of the beach, and I'll take this part of the beach. Yeah.
Number 3.
Look at my new title since I dissed Twilight Struggle from Paul.
Have you? You've been. Oh, crikey!
Yeah.
I can't find it. It's too many.
Oh,
There's too many.
It's near the bottom. Paul called
Number 3, Paths of Glory.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so all right.
Religions, you get killed for that.
I'm not sure. Okay, this may get me banned. I'm not sure that I like Paths of Glory.
Yeah, I knew as soon as you said. No, look.
Okay, I mean, it's a good thing I'm not running the show this week.
I've got it, yeah, and I got it because trying to get into World War One, and because of the solo, the Stuka Joe card assisted thing, I haven't had a chance to play it. Every year I've been to PunchCon, there's a father and daughter. Do you remember the girl that I video? They sit and play Paths of Glory. She plays it with her dad every year. And other games as well, but they sit and play this game, and I want to play it.
So maybe it's because
it's a long game.
It's a long game, right? The deluxe edition definitely has improved the look of the game, the map, things like that. But the box cover, I mean, it doesn't look inviting to me. Plus, it just. I don't know. There's
you almost made it in a year. Good job, Nate.
That's right.
Somebody agrees with though. Magpie agrees. No, Charles doesn't.
What do you not like about it? Yes, it's a longer game. Okay, it's a longer game. Yes, it's a longer game, but
it is a long game.
You hold it against it. It's taking on a whole war.
I'd like to try it. I've got them, and I've also got Pursuit of Glory, and I've got the other one, so I've got the trilogy.
I don't know.
Love to try it.
It looks plain. It doesn't have much pizzazz.
Crikey. We're up to 90. We're now down to 16.
Yeah. I mean, all our credibility went out the window. Thanks.
That's right.
Nate.
Look at that. Look at that beautiful map. How is that plain? What is wrong with you? There's mountains there.
Leave him alone. He's entitled to his opinion. I don't like everything.
Brown.
The newer one looks a bit better.
Twilight Struggle.
Oh, yeah.
Nate, I don't suppose you like this one either, do you, Nate?
It's okay.
But you're allowed to look. Leave him alone. He's allowed his opinions. They're just as valid as mine.
No, you don't need to defend me now.
I'm sorry. It's the Brit in me.
Are you his attorney or what, Ruff? I mean, let the boy speak. He doesn't like 4 of the top 10 games of all time. So, and you're telling me I'm the weirdo?
Yeah,
I'm the problem?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hold on, Dragon.
And the number 1 war game of all time, the best of the best, of course, War of the Ring.
Great game. I agree.
But yeah,
it's a great game.
It may be a great game.
Immensely thematic.
Yeah, but where are the tanks?
But you got orcs, and you got
I know.
The game,
I'm being silly now. It's a war game to me is where shots are fired. I'm trying to find. I think Sean was asking about when PunchCon was on. I can't remember the exact dates in May, but it's sold out. Sean, it's sold out. It sold out in about sort of 4 days. If you go on to the Second Chance Game Discord PunchCon thing, they do. If somebody cancels their tickets for sale, they're still available, so you can get it. So if you want to come along, it'd be great to meet you. Just try and do that. It's been sold out for months. Yeah, and they've
everyone is entitled to their own opinion.
I think you should.
When you're talking about the top 10 war games of all time, you don't really have an opinion of that because everyone else has already voted on it. It's already set in stone what the top 10 are.
That's right. That's right. It's okay. I'm used to being over here while everyone else is over there.
I used to get it for certain games that I used to diss or poo-poo, and I'd get it in the neck. So it happens. It happens.
So Rough, if you can't get into PunchCon, you could always start your own RoughCon.
That would be rough, wouldn't it? Yeah, I know. It's yeah, it would be good. No, no, PunchCon is great, and it's the only sort of board game convention, as far as I know, a big one. There's other ones going on, little ones, but the main one is PunchCon. There's lots of miniature ones going on because we're known for that in the UK. When they say wargaming, they go, "Oh, miniatures," because it's a traditional thing, been going back years. But yeah, it's the main one. I'm quite happy to go along.
Wait,
yeah,
John?
Oh yes. There's also one other very important thing that happened this last week. I forgot to mention it to you guys.
That's miles away, Matt.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. We all know Viper Dave. He's on here all the time. Good old friend of the channel. Mm-hmm. He contacted me this week. He's moving. So he's downsizing his collection and he wants to donate a whole bunch of stuff for us.
Oh, good man.
So I'm supposed to go over there to his house on Wednesday and pick up a bunch of stuff that he's donating to the war room. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
awesome. I think that is awesome. Thanks to Dave for thinking about us and all you guys out there, because he's got a lot of really good stuff. And anything that I don't want, you guys are gonna get.
Wow.
Yeah, Coy, you can watch it on Sky. Get it.
I did not know. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. Jonathan put a comment in there that he's waiting for the anniversary edition. I think it was, you mentioned War of the Ring, and I looked it up. Yeah, there's a 2 decades limited edition coming out in September of this year. It's pricey.
Is it solo friendly?
No.
See, why would I get it unless somebody brings it along to a con and go, Ruff, we're playing War of the Ring here. I go, great. Let's give it a go. Do you own it? No, because you
can't believe it's the 25th anniversary. I have the first edition and the second edition.
Yeah, but you're old.
If I ever get around to it, Ruff, I'll send you the first edition.
No, it's
just why you just slips it in there.
I'm gonna say to you.
What did he say? What did he say? Here I am trying to send him a copy of my game. What did he say to me that was mean and nasty?
Hey, you started talking, and all of a sudden you go, "Yeah, it's because you're old."
Yeah, because you got the first edition. And mind you, to be fair, he's not as old as me. I am the ancient one, so But I look quite good.
Yes, I know. You remember when the pyramids were being built, right?
I remember Groats. That's how old I am. I'm just checking the old.
He remembers the old Anglo-Saxon kings.
Yeah, black and white telly. Yeah, old money. 240 pennies in a pound. Look at it now. Good. Oh, jeez.
I remember. Anyway. You remember? You know how they call it the boob tube? I remember when I was like 3 or 4 with the little squirt gun, and me and my brother were playing, and I was hiding behind the little black and white TV. And I was like, "Oh, look! There's something in the TV." So I squirted it, and all the bulbs inside the TV went.
Oh,
because the TV was on. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, there's things in the TV that make it go boob tube." Oh, I get it.
The thing is, the boob tube was actually a part of apparel that was popular over here called the boob tube, which was a sort of tube that the ladies wore around there. and called a boob tube. Yeah.
Back to War Games, Jonathan. I did not know this. Thank you, Jonathan. War of the Ring has a solo mode on BGG.
Oh, it's like a coin. Oh, right.
Thank
okay.
You,
yeah.
So
anybody want to send? Well, I tell you what. If you want to treat old Ruff in his dotage, send me the 25th anniversary, and I'll be, with the flowchart. Okay, we'll give it a go.
Yeah. Okay, we'll start it.
Yeah, you'll get a video on that in 2036.
Yeah, I'll be dead.
So, Ruff, is it time?
Oh, yeah, it's time now. We're going to talk about our subject, which is solitaire. Shut it. All right, I'm doing my best. Solitaire war games that are the best sort of topic, if you like. And there are plenty in World War II. Too many, maybe.
Yeah. I got one here. Yeah, this is a great solitaire one. Yeah, here you go. This is a great solitaire one.
Shut it. Just because you've got that version of it, it's huge, isn't it?
Oh, it's massive.
Ancients. Any ideas of a solitaire game for ancients? So we're talking prehistoric, right up to what do we say? What end of the Romans?
I got 4.
You have 4?
I haven't got any. I've got commands and colors, but that's not solo.
Yeah, it's not a solitaire. It's not solitaire.
Actually, I take that back. I got 5.
What?
And 6, depending on how you want to define the timeline. But strictly speaking, ancients from the beginning of time to the fall of the Western Roman Empire.
That's what I was going to say. The Roman Empire falling. That tends to be it, doesn't it?
Oh, I'll wait until you tell me it's my time.
Don't go. I'm just looking because people are putting things like The Mission. Da-da!
The Mission.
Great solitaire game.
We haven't got to the Second World War cardboard. Shush, you lot.
I'm surprised you guys don't remember. Yeah, the Rome Inks.
Rome Inks. See, I don't own them, so they're not on
Rome
my list.
1 and Rome 2. But then there's also, don't forget, there is Gift of the Nile.
So you've got them all. You love Ben Madison stuff. I do. I've only got the one, which is the.
It's a great game. Great game. But there is, I do have an Ancients that's non-Ben Madison outside of the Rome Inc. one too. Stilicho. That's it. I've heard that one's good.
Hollenspieler, isn't it?
Correct. Yep. There's also Wars. It's in the same series, Wars of Marcus Aurelius. That was the one that came out before Stilicho, but it's the same.
Another Hollenspieler one. Yeah.
Then there's also from someone that we talked about a little bit earlier that may come on the show at some point, and that is Mark Herman.
Oh, Mr. Herman's. Yes, yeah.
Peloponnesian War. That is a solitaire game.
That's been out for a while, isn't it? There's lots of reprints on that.
It is. This is and I believe it is on P500. So if people want this.
Oh, they're all coming out now. Look, Hadrian's Wall, you've got that, yes. And Pericles, Falling Sky, Pendragon, Coin. Again, I'm still got to be convinced with Coin. I've got the old Red Dust Rebellion to play. But yes, so there are a few.
There are a few.
I was the only one I could thought of now that somebody mentioned it. So
yeah. I haven't got it. So
nice.
Good for you. Yeah, brilliant. What about that?
Not played it.
That is awesome. Yes, it's solitaire, but I wouldn't consider it a war game, but I mean, you could consider it a war game, I think.
There is also Stuka Joe mentions Fall of Rome. It was an S&P magazine, which should come out at some. They're going to do a deluxe edition at some point in the near future. I would probably get that.
Yeah, I mean,
Meandering Mike again. Nice job, Meandering Mike.
Field Commander Alexander.
Oh yes, forgot about that. Again, I don't know.
I forgot about that one too.
Yeah. So there's still people play them. These solitaire games have a place, I think. They came to the fore during that part of our recent history where we were stuck inside, shall we say? And since then, I think have kept the momentum. They're very popular. I can understand people that don't play them, completely understand it. But I love both worlds. I got a foot in both camps. I love it.
Now,
So,
if people are interested in sort of the early medieval world or the Dark Ages,
so we'll move forward a bit. I've got pre-20th century, but we'll creep forward a bit into the medieval period. Yes.
So one of them is the first jihad.
Yes.
The Rise of Islam.
Again, White Dog Games, Ben Madison. Yeah.
It's a fascinating game because you don't actually play as the Islamic player. Instead,
you're keeping them at bay, aren't you?
Right. You're everyone else trying to stop them. And it's a fascinating.
Tweez, if you're interested to see how it plays, Tweez has done a video series on it.
Okay.
Any others from you guys?
No, I don't. No, don't own any.
No medieval ones from you all? Okay.
No, this is weird. No.
Do you have any?
No, that was it. That's all I got.
That's it. But is that all there is? This is the thing. No, I haven't got any. So let's creep forward again. Where are we going to creep forward to now in pre-20th century? Where are we now? What have you got now? See, for somebody that don't play solo games, he's got all the solo games. What's going on?
What's up with that? I don't play solitaire games.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, there's Solitaire Caesar, of course.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
yes.
Yes.
Let me grab it. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And there's hello. Look, Blue Panther. Hiya.
Good to see you.
Of course they're going to promote there. Yes, good for you.
Of course. I totally forgot.
Look, we got Blue Panther in.
Sword of Orthodoxy.
Yep.
Yes.
And Charlemagne, of course.
And Charlemagne, yes.
So good to see you, Blue Panther. Oh, look. Yes. Not played that. I think it had a lot of birthing problems when it came out, so we say that.
Which I think Greg Smith is doing a Viking game through Compass. It's not on pre-order yet, but I heard that it's coming out.
What, Mr. Hunters?
Yeah.
Oh, be interested in that. So everybody's pleased to see Blue Panther in the chat. See, Meandering Mike, if he hasn't got it, it's not worth having. His man cave is the man cave of madness is just, I don't know how he gets in the room.
Yeah. You think my room is banned? Multiplied by about 6, and that's Meandering Mike's room.
You see, he's got this nice little thing where he videos, but if he panned out, it'd just be like he's encased.
Yeah. He's got to literally teleport in and out of his room to get in.
Okay, so what else do we want to move to?
Well, we move forward to medieval. Let's move forward to maybe 15th, 16th century.
I got none.
Nothing. Anybody got anything there?
I mean,
anything up to 15th, 16th century, guys.
Technically, I mean, even though, these are supposed to be one player only, correct?
Yeah, they've got to be solitaire, not completely played solo.
Like these can't be games that have solitaire bots with them.
No.
Okay.
No. All
you can do is play one player.
Okay.
Because most games you can play two-handed if there's no hidden information.
Right.
Some have bots bolted on.
Right.
All
right.
Yeah, I think Plantagenets is one of those that
2-player.
Yeah,
he's got his own little pathway. I'm going to just picture you working your way through there, Mike.
All right.
Yeah. Then we move on then to the English Civil War, and
have you played that yet?
Not yet. It's on my 10 list to play. Really looking forward to it. It's supposed to be really hard. A lot of learning. A lot of knowledge about the English Civil War in this game. It's one of those that if you win, it's like, yes! Because like most solo games should be, that when you win, you remember winning, So
who do you
yes, there's some hold on. Yep. Yeah.
You know what? We would see all the comments if we were running the right software this week.
Oh, shut up. Yes, good one. Siege of Malta. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we've got that one. Caesar Mortar.
I'm glad you reminded him, Jester. He needs to be constantly reminded.
Yeah, and this is very hard to beat, evidently. So looking forward to giving it a go.
Who do you play? Are you the parliamentarians or are you the royalist?
Hold on. I think you play the
Cavaliers of the Round
Good guys or the bad guys, bro?
No, you play the enemies. You play you fight against the Puritanian sort of.
So you're on.
You're playing the royalists. You're bent on destroying Parliament.
Oh,
yes.
So it's counter historical.
Yes. So that's why you can't win, because when you do win, you change history. So looking forward to it. Yeah, this is the updated, nice version of Cruel Necessity. Yeah, you're part. Oh, you are Parliament. I thought you said no. It says here. Oh no, sorry, I've reread it. No, you are. You're quite right, William. You
are
you attempt to stop the four armies bent on destroying Parliament.
Okay.
So you're playing old what's his face?
Oliver Cromwell.
Ollie, yeah, playing Ollie. Apologies. I haven't played it yet. I've unboxed it and I've had a look through it, but of course it was a while ago.
Kevin mentions another. I don't have it, but I know it. I have heard many good things.
We've got the War of Independence creeping up now, so I don't think there's any other games from that era. I don't know those. Oh, Unhappy King Charles, I don't think is solo friendly at all. I don't think. Is it?
No.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my
because I thought, I'm going to buy this game because
it's a little bit like they're creeping in with
it's just hard to solo.
It's another sort of siegey game. Yeah.
Well, if we move to Napoleonics,
I was going to say Napoleonics now.
I mean, there's
before that. Well, yes, you've got it's not solo. It's not solo. It doesn't say solo on the box, does it?
A solitaire board war.
Oh no, that's the medicine one, isn't it? I'm thinking of the other one, the big one that you've got that keeps selling out. I'm sorry. Where he's got his crown on. Yeah, I'm thinking. Sorry.
Oh, War and Peace.
Yes, I'll shut up now.
No.
Oh, go on.
Have another drink, Ruff. Have another drink.
Friday night. It's 22:11. Cheers, lock and load. I don't care. I just don't care. Cheers, everyone.
This is a very, very, very good one. This, in fact, was my first solitaire war game that I bought, and I've played this dozens and dozens of times. It's very, very good. Yes, the great game. So there is also
they've all put it in the chat as well. You've got
yeah. I was going to look for my copy, but
is it a war game? Who cares?
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
And the other one,
Field Commander Napoleon, we've talked about on the channel a few times.
This one, 1812.
Yep. There's also the Worthington book games. That they also turned into a box edition of Waterloo.
Yep. Those are they the very sort of simple travel-y type games that you're talking about the book games. They did Napoleonics, they did the Bismarck one as well, didn't they?
Correct. And they did
Viva l'Empereur. L'Empereur.
Yep. Viva l'Empereur. Yep.
Yeah, but is it solo on the box? It can be played solo. Is it solitaire on the box?
I don't
think so.
I believe
Matt, thanks for stopping by. Thank you.
Hey, yeah.
Oh, you're playing, are you? You and Nordic.
Yeah.
Right.
It's solitaire.
Is it?
Yeah.
The solitaire war game of the Battle of Waterloo, 18th of June 18th, 1815. Yes.
And Blue Panther.
Signed by, there's a little designer named Herman Lutman. You might have heard of him. He does other things. Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. Look, he has to put his oar in, doesn't he? Yeah.
And it says a solitaire. Let me share my screen with you.
Does it say the same thing that Ruff missed on mine?
It's like big fat letters, a solitaire war game.
I was thinking of another game.
That's a good looking game right there, buddy.
It looks good. You know, this time of the evening, I've had a couple of 3 glasses of wine. So, you know.
Yeah, I might get this one. I hate to do it, but I might have to break down and get that one.
Nice. All right, Ruff. Is there any more?
Not that we're now moving. I think, unless anybody's got any other things, we're moving forward to World War One.
Okay.
Land, sea, and air.
Okay.
Oh, what's this?
Yes, that is a solo game. It's you're a French soldier. And see if you can survive. It's a narrative game. It's fun.
Like a role-playing game sort of thing. Yep. Yeah, great. No,
there is also, that's true. Gareth did point out Compass just released Pirate.
Oh, yes. I think Dave's Gaming Cave has done an unboxing or something on it. So, yes.
Yep. Moving forward.
Zulu on the Ramp. I need that game.
I mean, obviously, that's in the 19th century. So Napoleon.
Yeah, well, we're moving forward now to, Waterloo, to Zulu time. But, of course,
Yep. There's Navajo Wars, Comancheria. Mike mentions that. The Boxer Rebellion game.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yep.
The Worthington. Yes. There's the Worthington.
Oh, right. Comancheria. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Keep Up the Fire. Yeah, that was the other one.
Yep. But if you get to World War I, right, there's the Greg Smith Imperial Tide game.
Yep.
There's also Kaiser Krieg from Ben Madison, which is fun to play. You're the Central Powers and you're trying to stop the Allies.
Yeah. Hoping they'll re-bring those out. Yep.
Yep, those.
I used to have as a kid.
I don't know if there's anything on Custer, the solitaire game on Custer's Battle.
There used to be a game that was like a Monopoly game. It was thousands and thousands printed about Custer's Last Stand. I forget what it's called, but I had that as a kid with little models. But of course, yes, you've got. Now I've got a love-hate relationship with Hill of Doves because I've got it, and I just can't understand what's going on. It must be me. It must be me because other people play it and say it's a great solitaire game, but I can't get my head around it. 55 Days in Peking. Also, of course, there is that one, isn't there?
Yeah, that's the one I was going to mention. Yep.
Yeah. That's about the only one I've got on.
Pass of Glory.
Well, that's not solo.
Since Nate hates it, I'm going to keep pushing it.
I know. I've got nothing against it because I want to try it. Yeah. I'll bet a little big horn. That was it. Yes, that was the game, Bill. Thank you.
Yes, for you and I should play it and see. Maybe you can change my mind.
Yeah, we should. Absolutely. I would love to. The Last Stand, White Dog. Let me look that up. Let me look it up.
Oh yes, there's there's quite a few on the sort of first and second Boer War.
Somebody mentioned Mosby's Raiders. That's Civil War. Jeff Davis.
Mosby's Raiders. They're supposed to be Compass are supposed to be reprinting that sometime.
Zeppelin Raider. Yeah, that's back out.
Zeppelin Raider.
Raiders of the Deep.
Oh yeah, the Victoria Cross. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's another one.
Yeah. World War I is definitely
that's what it is.
A popular choice nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give it credit, even though I'm not a fan of it. Paths of Glory did kind of revive World War I as a topic in
and also it is a fantastic anti-war film as well. Kirk Douglas.
Paths of Glory.
Brilliant film, yeah.
All right.
So anything else from World War I before we move on to the massive for the last 10 minutes?
Let's do before World War II, though. Anything between World War One? I got one. Resist. It's about the.
Oh yeah, I remember you playing.
Oh, is that the Spanish Civil War? Yeah.
Yeah, the Spanish Civil War. Yes, it's on.
There's a couple of games on that.
The Marquis. Yes, the Marquis.
Hold on. we did miss the Civil War. I got Herman Luttman's game where you push your luck game. I forget the name of it. What is it?
In Magnificent Style.
In Magnificent Style, yes. There is also that, yes, another game from White Dog Games, I believe. Again, it's one I wouldn't play just because White Dog, yes. So any others in the Civil War while we're at it?
Well, there's Jeff Davis. There's Mosby's Raiders.
Yes. Oh, we did mention Mosby's Raiders, yeah.
Yep. Let's see. I don't think I have any.
No, I can't think of any, but then... yes, of course, you've got Soviet Dawn, the Russian Revolution. And, everybody says that's a good game.
Yeah, I don't have any Solitaire Civil War games.
What's The Last Stand?
I
not familiar with
that one. I don't know that one. And Sean says this one as well.
Not familiar with that.
I wish you would stop doing this, peeps, in the chat, because I've told you the other week that I'm trying to cut down on the buy, and you're just making it like, oh, look this one up now.
Yes, actually.
Cool.
Yes.
There you go.
The guys we had on the other week.
Correct.
They're doing the
that comes out in February.
Games. Yes, Warcraft Games.
Yeah, that comes out in February. You can pre-order it now.
Oh, I got you, Sean. Right. Yeah, just games I've never heard of. Stop it.
The Confederate Rebellion.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm going to have to look up that one. Let me look up that one.
William says there's one where you play the Union but can't recall the title. A White Dog game. So anyway, I think we're crunching forward now to... No, it doesn't count as a solitaire game. You can play it solitaire, of course, but,
I got, there you go. The Confederate Rebellion 2014 from White Dog Games.
They bring out a lot of solitaire stuff, doesn't they? Oh, right. Sorry. Yes. Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
No.
Looks interesting. Oh, there's also that one by Academy Games, the slave one, when you're trying to get the slaves out. Freedom, something, freedom.
The Underground Railway.
Yeah, the Underground Railroad one, yeah.
But Cardboard Commander, you're quite right. Yeah.
All right.
So here we've got Spoilt for Choice. Now, World War II.
How do you want to do this? You want to do one at a time then?
Let's do air first.
Okay.
So, of course, we've got things like Thomas's, and the one I'm hoping to play this year, I put it in the wrong place under another pile of heavy games, and I'm going to get a rupture. Is, for instance, SOE. I want to be playing this because I'm in this. I'm one of the pilots, so I've got to play it. But there are tons of them. I've got the old Skies Above Britain, Say No More, and other things like Skies Above the Reich, RAF, lots of stuff in the air. So why are they putting on land games, I don't know. Come on, sort yourselves out, chat.
Well, we're just doing plane games now. So
Jester, you have a couple.
I got Target for Today, Target for Tonight. Either one of those. Yep.
I think, I've got those both. I want to do those.
Yep. Carrier is one.
Carrier, right? Yep.
Is that naval or is it air? I know it's one of those crossover things, but a great game.
Probably naval. I would call that naval. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's just go.
What about RAF?
RAF. I mentioned RAF. Of course, there it is.
Oh, you mentioned it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there it is. There. Also, of course, we've got the DVG games and the
leader, Zero Leader.
We've also got this one, which is fantastic. It's a completely different thing, but it's more involved. B-17 leader, solitaire game.
303 Squadron, right? Thanks, Sean.
Yeah. Any other ones? We've got lots of we've got Skies Above the Reich, B-17. Oh no, I don't, Jay. I don't have. Sorry, Sean. I don't have.
What about the? Oh, it's kind of a ship one though.
Yes, if you like things that
we're defending against the kamikazes. What's that one?
Oh,
it's right at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, same here.
Is that a ship or is that an air one?
Picket Duty.
Picket Duty, right?
Yeah.
There is.
Then you've also got Raiders. Yeah, there's some great stuff. Night Fighter Ace, Skies Above Britain. Yeah, Picket Duty. That's right.
Well, naval. There's Tokyo Express.
I love that game. It's so crunchy. It's a great game. Of course, you've got other ones. Here we've got that's an air sort of naval thing. Doolittle Raid, great game. You've got Silent War, another solo game, great.
Which the Atlantic version, Steel Wolves, I think is coming out.
Yeah, that's it. You've also got things like Storm of Steel, where you command a staffel, an actual squadron.
Mm-hmm. But there is also the Lock and Load one, right?
Cheers.
What about
carrier
field command or
a Fleet Admiral Nimitz.
Yeah, that's the one.
Fleet Admiral. You've also
it wasn't Fleet Commander. It was something else. It was something like that, though. Yeah.
You've also got the other, David Thompson series that he did for DVG, Pavlov's House and Castle Litter and that.
Yep. So
they're great games.
There's also, someone mentioned, which, I remember, the Worthington book games. There's Guadalcanal. There is a Midway.
Get ready to drink.
Why? Oh, no, get out.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Who's in the chat? Lock and Load, baby.
Unfortunately, I already drank all mine, so I'm out.
Dear, oh dear. Hope you're doing good, you guys.
Well, of course, if you want the whole of World War II, there is Global War.
Another one. You do like his games. He does do a good game.
He does do good games. Global War is very, very good.
Yeah, they're all great games, these. Yeah, soldiers in postmen's uniforms. Yes, complex, Christoph, but very good.
There is American Tank Ace. British Tank Ace is coming out.
And also, I've got...
How about the Hunters?
The Hunting. Mm-hmm. Which he should be doing. There is, it's in Paper War. Oh, Patton. Yeah,
that's the thing that started those sort of off, if you like.
In Paper Wars coming up sometime soon, Greg Smith has a Yamato game where you're the battleship Yamato trying to defend it from all of the American bombing runs.
No chance.
Right?
Mike, behave yourself. Otherwise, you'll get no.
What about
he does see tank tops? 70s me tank tops. Wonderful. It's like a sleeveless jersey tank top. You didn't have them over there, did you?
Yeah, they call them that here.
Tank tops. Yeah, they were big in the 70s with the Ben Sherman shirt.
And what's his name? Onslow wore one.
Oh yeah, they don't know what you're talking about. Mrs. Bouquet, the resident.
Mrs. Bouquet, yes.
Yes, great to see you. Yeah, Interceptor Ace.
There is
Queen of the Skies. Yeah. Also, of course, going back to like originals like Ambush. There is, of course, one of my favorite games, Combat! ! Hey!
Oh, Dragon Egg.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yes, even Christoph knows who we are. Thank you, Dragon Egg.
What about Combat Explanation Point? Have we talked about that one?
Yes, I was going to say Ambush was I've asked him to come on the show, but he said I can't. I'm too shy. So, which is a shame because I think it would be a very popular show if he came on because it's a well-loved game, Combat! ! So yes, another one. There's tons of World War II stuff.
I would put, because there is a solitaire design in it. Yes, the Enemy Action series. There is a solitaire design. It's like it's a separate game. So I would definitely include that.
Well, I thought it was a solo game, but like RAF, they've put a 2-player version in it as well. So you can play the Germans in RAF or the Brits, or 2 of you can play. I thought Enemy Action Ardennes and Kharkov were primarily solo games.
They are, but there is
a 2-player.
There's a 2-player game and there's a solitaire game. That's
great. No, that's great. And never the twain should meet. They're completely separate games. No, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. It's a bit like RAF. Woo, there it is.
Midway from Decision. Yep.
Yep. There's tons of the stuff. What have I got over here that I haven't mentioned?
That's a good one. Rifles in the Pacific. Yeah. That's a good one, Jay.
Looking forward to the new version, of course.
Oh, yes.
Bells of Fire.
I'm surprised, Ruff, you haven't mentioned your the game that comes with a medal.
Over the Hill?
No, the medal's right on the box. Malta Besieged.
Oh, crikey, yeah, Tony's playing it. Malta Besieged, yeah, it's up there. Yeah. I couldn't get half my
Victoria Cross right on.
He didn't want to stand up out of his chair to get it down.
No, I didn't want to get 70% of my games on the table here because most of them are solo. But of course, so we don't upset him, of course, another great solo game. Look at that. Even though it's not solo, it is, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones where you have to, play it solo.
It's mostly solo, and you can throw some friends under the bus. Yes,
exactly.
William Aarons mentions a game that I'm fascinated by. The Other Side
That's
of the
what I mentioned just now when you said the medal, because that's caused a lot of controversy.
Oh yeah.
Which
we don't have enough time to get into that.
I think is daft, but
Yeah, that game seems very fascinating to me.
Tweez again has done a big playthrough of that. So, but of course we can't forget one of my favorites.
I was just about to ask.
We can't forget Warfighter. And I haven't got it over here, but of course there's Purple Haze, another solitaire game set in the Vietnam War, we're moving forward again, which again, Tweez has done it.
I hate to keep mentioning it, but we got Tiger Leader and Sherman Leader.
Yeah, great. Yes, we've got great solo. They are, for all whatever people think their faults are. I have no problem with DVG. I haven't had any problems with DVG. They're great. They're great solo games. Great solo games. You want to get out and play the game?
I'll mention it since we don't have much time left, but this is one solitaire game that I did not like initially, and I am glad that I came back to it and tried again and fell in love with it. Mr. President.
Dun, dun, dun.
Not a war game, but there we go.
Not a war game, but it's a solitaire game.
But who cares? As long as it's a good game. Who cares?
We only have... It's almost 2 hours, Ruff.
I know. Yeah, and I was going to mention why isn't Atlantic Chase in the list?
Because it's not designed.
Because again, I think Jerry was asked to put a solo part in it, and for my 2p's worth, my 10 cents worth, it looks like it's great to play solo. Don't get me wrong, 60-page solo book with it. But it looks, it doesn't play the same as the 2-player version. So I'll leave it at that. Still one of my favorite games to play solo. So go figure. Devil Boats, Schnell Boats, Prime Minister, there's tons of stuff. Anyway, Phantom Fury, and of course you've got Mrs. The Falklands War, Mrs. Thatcher's War, another great game from who's fast becoming one of your favorite designers. Ben Madison. Lock and Load. We're just going to have one more Lock and Load. Space Infantry Resurgence. Also, they do come with solo cards, but again, it's not put in because it's not a solo game, just a solo game. Even though the solo cards are a great addition. Yeah, Rogue Regiment. That's another one. Oh, crikey! There's too many. D-Day series. I did the Omaha Beach one, and D-Day at Tarawa. Omaha Beach and Peleliu, great games. a bit awkward for me because I'm colorblind. Anyway, we've got to end this now because we're going over the 2 hours. All I can say is we've had up to 90 people watching this tonight. Fantastic. I just love you all for joining us every week for this nonsense. But there's nothing you can do about that, you see. And quickly, just to finish off, Jester, what are you up to?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get better for next week. The Cardboard Commander myself should be able to pick up our Combat Commander game hopefully this week. Dragon X, thank you so much for your support. We do appreciate you and everyone in the chat. So, I'm just hoping to get. I got actually Sunday and Monday off, so I was going to try and get some stuff scheduled and try to get some games played with people. So, if you're looking for a game, let me know, guys. I'm going to be around. I'm going to be doing things, so I'm always looking for a game. So, cool. It goes for you too, Nate. I'm going to teach you how to play Commander.
We've got lots of people saying they enjoyed the show. Oh, we love you and fantastic. Off you go, Nate. What are you up to?
I'm going to keep playing, set up and play campaigns in Europe and see how it is. And so.
And for me, if the cat gets off the blooming table, I will try and record a little bit more because, I'm having problems with this because just putting the computer on now and going on the internet, the old fan goes on. So it's like, Anyway, I'm going to do what I can. Hopefully Friday, we've got a bit more Tony and Camp Sawyer playing Panzer with my brave Soviet infantry chucking Molotov cocktails and bazookas at the tanks that are coming into the buildings to try and get us out. So hopefully that's going to be later on. So thanks, everyone, as always.
Yes, thank
you so much for joining us. Next week, it's on Jester's show, Jester's channel, rather. So join him as always. And until then, as I say, we love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it. See you next week. Take care.
Bye, everybody.